Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today is our bi-weekly massage chair industry update for Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining. We've got a bunch of things to cover today. We'll begin by talking a little bit about we've got a new model. We've got the new Sharper Image Relieve has now been added to the website. The Sharper Image name, which has been purchased by, or the rights to use that name have been, the licensure for those names, that name has been purchased by the Infinity Massage Chair Company. And so they have two models, the Revival and the Relieve. The Relieve is $39.99. It's a 3D L-track chair. And the Revival, I think I mentioned this one before, is a 2D chair. The Relieve is $39.99. The Revival is $24.99. Also, the Daiwa has announced a new color for the Supreme Hybrid, the gold. It's gold, kind of a gold champagne color. And we have pictures on the website. I haven't seen one in live person yet, but it's a nice looking chair. It's a lighter color, and if you don't mind the lighter color, that's a good option for you. Also, let's see, and D.Core has come out with the new Stratus model. Now, the D.Core Stratus is very similar to the D.Core Cirrus. The Cirrus, as you may or may not know, is the flagship chair for the D.Core chairs. The D.Core line is the brainchild of Soshi Inada, who's the son of Mr. Inada from Inada Massage Chairs, and he's come out with his own line of chairs. So far, they've had the D.Core Cirrus and the D.Core Cloud. Now they've added the D.Core Stratus. Now, the differences between the Stratus and the Cirrus are the Stratus does not have calf rollers, whereas the Cirrus does. There's wood paneling, the hardwood paneling, but it's a little bit lighter color on the Stratus, and it's, instead of having the entire arm rest in hardwood, it's just the top of the arm rest that is covered with the wood. So it's a smaller surface area on the side. The panels on the side are the same, but on the top of the armrest, it's a little less surface area covered. Then the Cloud does not have any wood on the armrest at all. And there is a stretch program on the Cirrus, and there is no stretch program on the Stratus. There is a stretch program on the Cloud. And let's see, what else have we got? There's accent lighting on the Cirrus. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's really quite pretty. When you push a button on the remote control, there's accent lighting behind the logo and behind each of the panels. And it looks quite nice. The Cirrus and the Stratus and the Cloud are very, very nice looking chairs. But the accent lighting really accentuate the good look. But on the Cirrus, there's lighting behind the logo and behind the panels. On the Stratus, there's only lighting or accent lighting behind the logo. I think that's just about it in terms of the differences. The price on the Cirrus is $84.99. The price on the Stratus is $79.99. The Cloud is on clearance right now for $49.99. Also, the Cirrus and the Stratus have the Master Shiatsu roller mechanism massage, which is unique to those chairs. The Cloud does not have that, but both the Stratus and the Cirrus and the Cloud, all three of them have strong massages. But there's a Master Shiatsu massage program and hardware for the Stratus and the Cirrus, not on the Cloud. Okay, so that's that for the Cirrus, or the Stratus, the new chair from D.Core called the Stratus. We also have received we've received the OHCO R.6 in our Arizona showroom, so now I've got it in the Arizona and the California showroom. And then we also have the Daiwa Hubble in our California showroom. So that doesn't do you any good if you live far away and you can't get to the showrooms. But if you ever want to talk to our manager about the chairs, our manager at each store, you can go to the locations tab on the menu at the top of any page of our website, and you can go to the Arizona or the California store and call, and you can ask the manager there about the Hubble or about the R6. they know those chairs well. California store knows the Hubble and the R6, but we also have the R6 at Arizona, so you can talk to the manager there. I have never sat on the Hubble. I have sat once on the R6 when it was first introduced at Furniture for Life's main showroom in Boulder, Colorado. But I have never actually sat on it and gone through a review of it. We don't have room in the Utah showroom for it, but we will, and we'll get it up. But you can call and ask about those chairs from the managers of each store. Also, speaking of Furniture for Life, they're offering a 5-year extended warranty on all their chairs, and the Brio Sport is on sale for $1,000 off, and the Brio Plus is also on sale for $1,000 off. If you want to get caught up on the sales, you can go to the website and go to the promotions tab on the menu, and there's pre-owned massage chairs and there's new chair specials, and the new chair specials will outline all the deals that we have going on right now. Also, if you subscribe to my if you download my free report from the website, you'll also be added, or any free report from my website, you'll be added to our newsletter mailing list, which comes out every week, and it has also updated sales there, or the latest sales there. So anyways, I'm trying to remember what the other sales are, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are a number of sales, number of discounts available, so it's always a good time to buy a massage chair, but with these sales it makes it even better. All right, so Ogawa sent us a notification a couple of weeks ago about containers falling off the ship coming from China, from the shipping some of the product of the Ogawa company, Ogawa Kosia JP Medics. And I wrote an article about it on the blog. You can read a little bit more detail. But essentially what happened is the seas were so rough that 750 containers fell off the ship, and it was coming from Xiamen, China, which is where the Kosia Ogawa JP Medics chairs come from. And so there were some lost, particularly parts from what I understand. But I feel terrible for them that this happened. But you know what? It doesn't surprise me, only because there have been so many delays, so many hiccups in the logistics and everything since COVID hit. This is just misery loves company added to the list. So I feel terrible for the companies who have lost all their product, or a lot of their product in the sea. How do you recover a container that's fallen to the bottom of the ocean, in the middle of the ocean? I feel bad for those companies, and of course I feel bad for Ogawa, Kosia, JP Medics, for the loss of their product. But that was on Bloomberg. You can read the article if you go to my blog. There's a link there. Also, I thought I would mention that we've had a couple of people mentioning that the heat function on the Supreme Hybrid, the Daiwa Supreme Hybrid, is light or even non-existent, but it is a very, very light heat. We've asked Daiwa about this. The parent company of Daiwa, by the way, is called USJaclean. Daiwa is just one of the product names or product brand names. But we asked them about this, and they were aware that the heating function on the Supreme Hybrid is quite light. We've seen this before in other chairs where the heater was very, very light. I remember back in the day when the Inada Dreamwave was a very, very popular chair, and that was one of the beefs people had about that, was that the heating was too light. I think they increased it or upgraded it or intensified the heat with subsequent versions of the chair, but that was an issue back then, and I know we've seen that before. But just so you know, you're not, if you've got a hybrid and you feel like the heat is not too strong or non-existent, you're not alone, and it's not you and it's not your chair. It's just the way that the heating mechanism was created or made. So hopefully they'll make some updates to that where you can feel the heat a little bit more. And of course, you don't always have to feel heat to receive the benefits of heat. So, for example, well, what would be a good example? It's like, it's like you may not feel, you may have the heater on in your home and you may not feel heat coming out of the vents because you're distant from it, but eventually the house warms up. And that's probably a weak example, but it's kind of like that with the chairs. There's heat, being created either by a heating pad, even though the heat is light, but also by the activity of the rollers moving up and down your spine. The motion, or if you want to call it trauma, or the pounding of the rollers, or the action of the rollers, actually increases blood flow to the area of the spine, and that essentially is what heat does. It increases blood flow to the area, and so you're going to get heat regardless. But the question is, do I feel it? And some people want to feel that heat coming from the heat mechanism, but you're not always going to get that from all the chairs. It's going to be light on some chairs, or some chairs it might feel non-existent. But the benefits of the rollers going up and down your back, and any heat that is there, even if it's not felt, will have its effect on the physiological effect on the area. So the muscles will relax, the discomfort maybe from some pain, some muscle pain will go away. You'll get the benefits of heat even though you don't necessarily feel the hot coming from the heating pad. I hope that makes sense. I probably said too much to confuse a very, very simple topic. All right. Also, speaking of USJaclean, I visited my stores, my Arizona store and my California store, and of course, COVID has changed everything. The number of people that can come into the showroom. Of course, there's like in the Arizona store, the number of people going to the showroom has decreased. It has definitely had its effect on us. So there's not as much activity at the showrooms as there once was, and of course with the restriction on travel, I don't get out to see the store as much as I used to. But I did get out last week and visited the Arizona store. Thank heavens for Arizona weather, because it was cold here in Utah when I went. And it was beautiful in Arizona, and then I went to LA to visit my store there, and we had an appointment set up with Daiwa, or USJaclean, to visit them at their headquarters in Gardena, California, and also that's where one of their warehouses where they keep chairs. So we wanted to go and visit and ask questions about some of the models, and kind of just get a vibe for the company. And it's a good company. I wrote an article about this earlier this week. You can read that. But good company. They've been around for a long time. I didn't know that. I'd heard of them before. They never used to sell their chairs through regular retailers, or at least not much. But they used to sell it through trade shows, home shows, conventions, things like that. We always used to see them back in the early days, back in the mid 2006, 7, 8. We used to go to the Utah Home Show, and they'd always have a booth there. So I was aware of the company. I just didn't know much about their chairs. I figured, well, I just didn't know about them because I never saw them anywhere. And if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I'm not a big fan of direct-to-consumer sales because of the lack of support and lack of accountability for a lot of those companies. But anyways, a year ago in January at the Las Vegas Furniture Market, the VP for the company, his name's Hide Yoshida, he invited me to come and visit with him at the furniture market. They had a booth there. So I said, what the heck, I'm going to be there anyways. I usually go every year just to check out what's going on. And so I met with him, and I saw the chairs, and I met with him and learned about their business model, and I was impressed. I knew the chairs were good quality chairs because they're made in a good factory in China. They had that Supreme Hybrid at the time. It was a prototype, and they were just kind of having people sit in it. And I remember sitting in it going, holy crap, this is incredible. You're getting the benefits of an S-track stretch and an L-track chair. And I was very impressed with that. So anyways, they invited me to become a distributor for them. It took me a while to get to it, but eventually I decided to do it. I'd done a little bit more homework on the company and on their, their customer support and whatnot, because I get hit up a lot to carry people's chairs, so I kind of pick and choose. But anyways, we decided to carry their chairs and add them to our website last summer, and they've been very popular chairs for us. But anyway, so now, people are asking more about Daiwa. They don't know about Daiwa. They've heard of them. Some people think it's a fishing rod. Some people think it's a stereo component. But this is a massage chair. And so we went out to visit them. And I actually got to meet Michael Kogure, who's the president of USJaclean. And he told me that he's been in the business for over 40 years. And which surprised me. I had no idea that they were around that long. But anyways, we talked a lot about his business model, about the company, about their chairs. You know, we talked about a few things, discussed a few things about the models that we have and some of the experiences that we've had with customers and customer support and whatnot. And it was a great visit. So anyways, I wrote an article about that. You can read more details in the article. I will be doing an interview with Michael probably in April. He's pretty busy till the end of this month, but it's on the burner, and I'd like to do an interview with him so you could learn a little bit more about Daiwa and about its history and who the company is, and get a better vibe for who they are. So they're not a small company that just kind of imported a few chairs last year and are trying to sell them. This is a company that's well established. They've been around for a long time. They do sell other products, you know, smaller massage products and things like that, but their bread and butter are the massage chairs, and they make good massage chairs. They went to a great factory. The chairs don't have a high failure rate from our experience with them. But anyways, we'll chit chat with Michael on an interview, a Skype interview, and then we'll post it to our YouTube channel, and I'll let you know about that when it happens. Okay, what else have we got to talk about? I think that's just about it. I think I've covered everything. The only thing, I want to finish on one thing. I get calls, and I have discussed this before. Last year I talked about it in this Massage Chair Industry Update. And I talk about this in my Buyer Beware booklet, which I wrote last year. It took me a long time to write it because it took me a long time to put all the thoughts together and all the things I want to talk about. But you can get, it's a free download from our website. If you go to the education tab and scroll down to the free downloads, you'll see it there. But I talk about it there, and it's something that has been a bit of a pet peeve for me. I get phone calls from people saying, well, what do you think about model XYZ? And I say, well, I've never even heard of that model. And if I haven't heard of a model, it's usually a small time, you know, somebody bought some chairs and they're selling them on Amazon or eBay or whatever, but it's usually a direct-to-consumer sales channel. And I'll say, well, I've never heard of that model. I don't even know what it is. And the customer will say, well, on this report I read, the top 10 chairs, top 10 chairs of 2021, this is listed in the top 10. And of course, when I hear that, it just drives me nuts, because you have to understand that these reports, these top 10 or top 14 or top 20 or whatever it is, these top X number of chairs are written and propagated by what we call affiliates. Affiliates are people that will sell products for a company to get a commission on it. And of course, we all sell products to make a commission on it or to make a profit margin on it. But they don't know anything about the chairs other than what's written on Amazon or on eBay or whatever, and they gauge their top 10 or their top 15 often by the amount of commission they make on the sale. And so if a company is giving them a great commission, even if it's a company we've never heard of and know nothing about, they're going to list that in their top 10. And so I don't doubt, I've seen some of those lists, and there's some chairs in there that are worthy of being in the top 10, like maybe a Panasonic MAJ7 or Luraco iRobotics 7 Plus, or the OHCO M8, or the Infinity Genesis Max, or whatnot. Those are legitimately top chairs, top 20 chairs. But there's chairs that should be on those lists that aren't on the lists, and on some of the lists. So those are suspect to me, and I don't trust them. And so be wary when you get when you see a report, when you're of course that the internet will cookie you. They'll know where you've been and what you've looked for. And if you've looked for a massage chair, bang, you're going to start getting ads. You know what I'm talking about. You'll get ads about massage chairs, and you'll get ads about these top 10 reports or these top whatever number of reports. And just please, I'm not saying they're all bad, but I'm telling you that there is the people that are writing those do not know the industry. And they do not know necessarily, well, I can tell they don't really know what chairs truly are top chairs. I've seen some chairs on those lists that are years old that are discontinued. They're not even around anymore. I saw an Omega chair on one list. They're not even around anymore. Or I see an old, Oh, what was the other chair I saw? It was a chair, it was a company that sold all kinds of lawn furniture and whatnot, and they had one chair model. They actually pitched me on it years ago, probably about 10, 11 years ago, and it was in San Diego. I flew down there, I checked out the chair, and it was okay. It was nothing to write home about. But it was a kind of a no-name chair, and we decided not to carry it. Well, I haven't even heard of that chair since that time, but it's on one of these lists, and so yeah, just again, buyer beware, be careful, because sometimes these things are touted as top-selling chairs or #1 chair. Well, I'll tell you what, they're #1 because the affiliate's probably making more money on that chair than any other chair they're selling, and so, or that they're representing. And every time you go to one of those reports and you click the link or mouse over the link to go to the chair, it has an Amazon address. And so I know that they're affiliates for Amazon. There may be affiliates for others as well, but just please be careful. Just because it's on someone's top 10 list, it could be somebody that has never sat in a chair, never seen a chair, but they figure, well, I'm making good commissions on these chairs. I'm going to make a top 10 list, and I'm going to put it on the internet and spend thousands of dollars of advertising so people will download my report and eventually buy a chair through the link in my report so that I get paid. And of course, capitalism is a wonderful thing. I mean, you get paid for the efforts you put in, but sometimes things are a little misleading, a little deceptive, a little questionable. And those affiliate reports, in my mind, are those. They are a little misleading, a little underrepresenting, a little weak. So anyways, that's my soapbox for today. But just please buyer beware. There's a lot of things out there that can be confusing and misleading. And anyways, I've talked about this ad nauseum on other videos about other things you should be aware of, but just buyer beware, be careful. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to thumbs up, like us on our YouTube channel, and of course help us spread the word about massage chairs by sharing this video or any of our videos with your family and friends. Of course, if you have any questions, you can feel free to give me a call or right there at 888-259-5380. Be happy to help you in any way I can. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video. I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.